So over the years, I've noticed that as people approach retirement, not only do they think, am I ready for this financially, but what does a successful and a fulfilling retirement look like? Hey everybody, Tim Doehrmann, founder of Eagle Ridge Wealth Advisors with you today. And today I'm going to discuss my observations of a successful and fulfilling retirement. Now, in the end, everyone is going to have to determine for themselves what a successful retirement will be for them. But since I help people retire every day, there are a few common observations that I've noticed from those who are the most fulfilled and happy in retirement. In particular, here are 9 key observations that might help guide you toward a fulfilling retirement. Number 1, they prioritize their health. They maintained physical and mental well-being, exercised regularly, ate proper nutrition, and had mental nourishment as well. Now, this doesn't mean that they went crazy trying to run a marathon or be an Iron Man or turn themselves into Arnold, but they just got up and got moving. A little bit of strength training a few days a week is the closest thing that we have to the fountain of youth. And it doesn't take much, but you have to be consistent. That's going to be vital. Number 2, they kept purpose. They stayed engaged, often with less rigor and a more relaxed schedule. But retirement didn't mean disengagement from what they were doing. It just changed. They retired to something, not from something. They stayed connected to friends and family, stayed involved, and kept busy living in healthy ways. They stepped out of their comfort zone, which at times was daunting initially, but it often led to satisfaction later. Number 3, they built a steady and reliable cash flow by consolidating and maximizing the use of the 3 different account types: tax-deferred, taxable, and tax-free. Number 4, they use those same 3 account types to build up savings and have more control over their lifetime tax liabilities. Number 5, they took advantage of ways to limit their lifetime tax liabilities with proper tax planning, but not to the point where it hurt their desired lifestyle. Or they planned well, but they didn't let the tax tail wag the happy retirement dog. Number 6, they optimized their investments to keep up with the rising cost of retirement, but they didn't take unnecessary risks that caused them to lose sleep. Number 7, if their retirement was secure, they often gave more to their adult children and charities during their lifetime. And this might have been as simple as paying for activities for grandchildren, or maybe paying for family vacations, or a very nice gift around the holidays where they may have given checks up to the gift limit that year. Everyone likes that one, right? Number 8, they realized they should focus on things that can be controlled, and they had guardrails and plans in place for what to do if and when things happened outside of their control. For example, inflation, stock market fluctuations, legislation, etc. Number 9, last but certainly not least, they were resolute, but they remained flexible. They made deliberate decisions to get them where they wanted to be with the peace of mind that they wanted, but also realized that with any good plan, you must be adaptable. Now, for many of us who are still working and retirement seems like this far off figment at this moment, this begs the question, how did these successful retirees summit the proverbial retirement mountain in the first place? Because, of course, in order to have a successful retirement, you have to get to retirement in a good position, right? Well, for the most part, they were deliberate in managing their time and priorities, but honestly, sometimes they just earned a good living and they didn't spend as much as they made. They invested it and they had decent market returns over their lifetime. But typically, they exhibited 5 key behaviors. First, they established good habits. Now, I've always loved the saying that the chains of habit are too light to feel until they are too heavy to break. Now, this obviously has some negative connotations, and it speaks to trying not to form bad habits in the first place, but forming good habits can be just as strong. And this often leads to the second good behavior, which is the appreciation of delayed gratification. Delayed gratification is resisting immediate reward in favor of a greater future reward. I'm sure that many of my loved ones are probably tired of listening to me talk about delayed gratification, but I believe it's essential. And the reason I believe it is essential is because delayed gratification is often necessary for long-term success. Number 3, they saved for retirement and lived in a manner that let them save enough for a secure retirement. Now, I like to frame this by saying that they lived for today, at the time, of course, while they also planned for tomorrow. That's the ultimate goal, right? To get as much life as we can now, but also plan for down the road. Number 4, and this one, of course, is on both lists for obvious reasons, but they generally had a healthy lifestyle. They tried to eat healthy and be somewhat physically active, believing, of course, that over time it would lead to a better overall well-being. Number 5, they generally had a financial roadmap that aligned with their retirement goals. In their 30s and 40s, they struck a balance between work, family, self-care, and living. Often in their 40s and 50s, they were able to maximize retirement savings, often using employer-sponsored retirement plans, and they actively managed and paid off debts. And of course, this often included getting the kids out of the house and through college. It's a big one, right? And there you have it. That's my list of observations that could lead you to a successful and fulfilling and happy retirement, and my list of what successful retirees did to get there in the first place. Now, I hope this helps, and I'm curious what you think. Once again, Tim Doehrmann here, founder of Eagle Ridge Wealth Advisors, and if you would like to see how we help our clients get the most out of their financial lives in retirement, please visit us at erwealth.com, and we hope to see you there.